Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going to the Stomper and this boss, and I'm going to show you the team comp I use to maximize my damage. Currently we are rank 3 in the leaderboard of my server, and we are only around about 1 billion damage less than the highest damage dealer, who is Splash, who has Paragon 3 units on most, and he's also like 40 or 50 season resonance level higher than us. However, after you go past level 560, as can be explained here, there's going to be very minor bonuses to your levels from that point on, and so pretty much we've hit the equalizer once you get to that level 560 resonating level, because that is going to correspond to 511 for the Dream Realm. Now after this, I believe every 20 levels on top of this, so 580 will then give a bonus level to 512, and it will keep going like that. But these bonus levels are hardly going to contribute any to stats, because if you've noticed, the major stat boost you get is when you upgrade to the first of the next level, like for example from 520 to 521, and that isn't going to be, based on my calculations, until season resonating level 780. So basically 560 is pretty much the maximum for Dream Realm, and you will be able to compete on almost an equal playing field with everyone. So for this boss, Reinier Mythic Plus is going to be essential for maximizing your score. We'll do some team testing first of all without him, but this is the team I'm using, and I've tried different options, and I want to talk a bit about Shakir, because Shakir used to be the best hero to be running in the endless mode of the Stomper boss before the new season. And even in some of the earlier floors before we got to the endless mode, he was one of the best options. But now he is currently not as good as this team here. He's basically been replaced, and this makes it like even less of a priority to actually be putting Shakir on a top priority for your account, because this was really where Shakir shined. He was the best in slot hero for the Stomper boss, and now he's not as good here. The reason for that is, I don't know if you'll do a run testing him to show him, because I've done a couple runs, and what I've seen is that when Shakir leaves his wolf form and he goes back into human form, he's providing nothing for your team basically. His damage is minimal, he doesn't have the damage reduction buff that he has in his wolf form, and he doesn't have the attack buff if he's at plus 10 exclusive equipment. So when he's not in the wolf form, he's not providing basically any buffs to anyone. And then your OD will then be left defenseless in the front and dies, and then Shakir also dies when he's in his human form to the boss's massive damage attack and melee range. So Shakir is not the best option. Korin, the reason he's good, he gets off massive or pretty good damage, not really too high damage in the Stomper boss for some reason compared to other bosses, but he gets off a reasonable amount of damage. He also shields your team to keep everyone alive, and he can do that even without casting ultimates, because in Stomper you're denied ultimate casting, so heroes which have useful skills other than their ultimate are going to do better here. Thorin we're running because for two reasons. One, it will again amplify our damage by giving 17% bonus damage that the boss will receive with the Soul Plunder, and also it will provide Soul Pack to protect one of your allies. And here, because we're teleporting OD into the front line, we want him to be Soul Packed, and he's very well protected by Thorin. Like, Thorin Mythic Plus is a priority for this team, otherwise OD will probably die earlier than the end of the fight. Merrily and Korin are two amazing damagers for endless mode. They deal true damage. Merrily deals a huge amount of damage in this boss, but she deals pretty similar damage to OD. OD and Merrily have almost tied for damage here, and Korin deals about half of their damage for some reason in this boss, but he still protects your team with the shields, he still gets off good damage, and he will help clear the snowball faster as well. So that's pretty much it. We're running the evocation spell because this gives more survivability, shields, and some life drain buffs, as well as it also gives you an attack buff and crit and attack from just the stat bonus from the artifact. So it is going to be better than the quick blade spell as far as my testing goes. So this is my maximum damage team. Now we're going to try some teams without Reinier. So the first thing that comes to mind, if you're going to run a team like this and you also want to run Thorin, you can run... First of all, we have to position the heroes in a way that the damage dealers are as close to the front line as possible, so that the heroes which run up to your damage dealers take less time to try and kill them. We could position like this would be fine, and then final hero, we're going to want to get the factional bonus, and then that pretty much only leaves Lucius, because we're going to need some more survivability to keep our team alive. Lucius also provides a damage buff with the seasonal skill, so I think Lucius will be the best option for us to run if we're going to try a team like this. Maybe Temesia could also work, but I think survivability gets really close in this fight, and so having another good way of shielding your team, and also Lucius can reduce the attack of the boss. It will be more valuable than running like another sub damage dealer like Temesia, who is, yeah, just a sub DPS. Okay, so far so good, and Odie, we've tried to position as front as we can, but I still wanted him to have the Soul Pact effect, because I don't really know, maybe giving Corrin the Soul Pact effect would be better, because Corrin might be taking more damage, but I think Odie is going to be snowballed the most, and so having that damage reduction is important, because sometimes, whoa, Merrily took a lot of damage. Lucius has already gone down. I think Lucius did get off the damage and haste buff because we survived for long enough, but our whole team is almost dead here. And this is the thing about the survivability. It really comes close, but everyone barely managed to survive, which is awesome because the fight is almost over now. Odie goes down, but it's not like, I mean, there was just a few seconds left on the clock. Merrily's still alive. 32.5 billion damage with this team, when the best score I was able to get with Reinier was 35.5 billion damage. As you can see, Odie and Merrily are totally out damaging Corrin, and that's why you have to run these two as damage dealer options for this boss. It's not going to be as effective for you to get rid of Odie and run only Corrin and Merrily for this boss like we do with some other endless boss modes, because for whatever reason, Odie gets off a lot of damage in Snow Stomper. So Odie, Merrily are must-haves. Get them Mythic Plus. These are going to be your two key core damage dealers. Thorn is good for the damage debuff to increase the damage that the boss receives, and if you're going to run Corrin, then you probably want to complete the faction bonus with something like Lucius. And based on that fight, definitely I think Lucius would be better than like Temesia, because Temesia would not help your team survive for as well as the Lucius did. Lucius did provide some shields that fight, and also did provide the attack reduction onto the boss. So I do think this will be the highest damage scoring team because of the fact that it's running the maximum number of damages we can run. We have the same debuff for Thorin, and then for the final slot we're just filling in the gaps of whichever factional bonus we need, as well as the damage bonuses we get from Lucius's seasonal skill. So I want to try a different combination, maybe with Odie more towards the frontline position, and something like this, and Merrily being protected by the Thorin. The real thing with this team is that I think it might also depend a bit on RNG, because you want that the boss snowballs either Corrin or Odie. When the boss snowballs Merrily, that's the worst possible outcome, because Merrily is the one which clears the snowball so fast, as you saw right there. And because we have no one to clear it, and Odie doesn't even switch targets. So when Corrin gets snowballed right there, Odie kept attacking the boss. I don't know why that is, but it is the case. So you want Odie or Corrin getting snowballed when Merrily gets snowballed, and things go rough, because we have no one really to clear it other than hopefully Corrin. But there we got another snowball onto Odie, so that is perfect, exactly what we needed. Lucius is still alive. Can we get another ultimate shield cast off from the Lucius? Lucius also can reduce the attack of the boss, but I don't see any. There we go, got the attack reduction on the boss, which is good. Odie again gets hit, perfect. Merrily's gonna clear that off really quickly. Already closing in on 30 billion damage. Everyone is still alive. Corrin is still alive. Lucius goes down, but he survived for well long enough. And we're gonna get even over that score, 32.7 billion damage. So this is the best team. I've done different testing before making this video, and I truly believe this is how you're gonna maximize your score if you're not running Reinier at Mythic Plus. And now I want to take a look at our leaderboard. So 32.7 billion. The problem with this boss is Reinier really ups your damage. The exactly same identical team, and just replacing Lucius for Reinier got me to 35.4 billion damage, and right now 32.7 seems to be around the maximum we could be hitting. I don't think we could get much more than that, to be honest. But let's take a look at the district ranking. So 32.7 would put us at rank around 17. Yeah, around rank 17 for the district, and in terms of server it would put us at rank 7, around rank 7. Which is not bad. Maybe you wouldn't be able to compete for top 10, but it is a solid showing for maybe top 20 placement. But of course it will depend on the levels of other people on your server and what teams they're running. But now we're going to finally try the Reinier team and show you how effective it is. The Reinier team is just too good. I'm not entirely sure why, because when we've tested other Reinier teams, how do we want to position? Maybe something like this, I think. We want Corn to be up there, getting up to the boss as quickly as possible, beginning to deal damage. And we want Odie to be teleported to the front with the Soul Pact onto him. Yeah, maybe it could be the fact that Odie gets snowballed preferentially right from the beginning, so Corn even doesn't take the first snowball, I think. Oh no, Corn still takes the first snowball, but either way, we clear that quickly, and then the next snowballs, which will always land on Odie, Corn can quickly clear because Corn is right up there, ready to attack the snowball. And Merrily clears it really fast. It's just key that in your team testing, you're gonna notice that some lineups will cause your Merrily to be snowballed, and some lineups will not. Like with the Lucius team, Merrily was never getting snowballed. I don't know why. It's somehow related to the damage that your hero deals in that period of time. But I've tested teams with Kruger, like instead of Lucius, for example, and then Merrily keeps getting targeted with the snowball. So I guess her damage, because of the Kruger debuff, is just too great. Oh, wow. Okay, so Merrily just got destroyed. He got a massive crit with his Ice Cube, landed onto her. This still got 34.2 billion damage, despite Merrily getting like one shot, and Odie got off a lot of damage. We'll do it again and try to get a run where we can get. And don't worry about the gold. For me, gold is no longer an issue. We had like up until around level 400, 420, 30, you're gonna have a really like lack of gold, because upgrading all of your equipment, like forging it, is extremely expensive and you don't get enough gold income. But then once you're done like getting maximum equipment, which is level 400 for your heroes, then you just have all your gold building up, and now we have like I think 20 billion gold or something. Okay, so let's try it again and hope that Merrily doesn't get popped towards the end, and see just how high the damage can do, because even with that one we got 34.2 billion damage. Or did we get 34.2? Oh, but our maximum is 35.4, so we're gonna have to beat that, which is probably gonna be difficult and gonna take maybe a bit of RNG. But let's see. Either way, Evocation Spell is a spell you want to be using here. You don't have the luxury of going for Quick Blade Spell, and honestly, if that causes your Merrily to be targeted more with the snowballs because of the physical defense reduction, it's not even a good thing. Odie died towards the end there, and again, we're getting off around 34.2 billion damage.
Perfection.
So I guess on my first run that I got pretty good RNG, but this was the exact team I was using in this exact formation. So this is what I recommend if you have Reinier, but if you don't have Reinier, try the Lucius team. I think that is the next best option, and it is going to deal less damage, maybe 2.5 to 3 billion less damage, but still you will be somewhat competitive with that team. I think Lucius is best because the other 3 heroes, like, or even Thorn, the other 4 heroes are probably the best in slot to be running there. And then Lucius can complete the faction bonus, also provides more tanking, attack debuff onto the boss, and also the, most importantly, his seasonal skill, which is the haste and damage buff. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck in your Dream Realm scores and your team testing. I hope it goes well, and as always, you can leave a comment about what team you're using and what score you've got in the comment section. But as we mentioned, level 560 resonating is going to be the key to maximizing your levels for the Dream Realm. And really, even at 500, you're going to be pretty competitive, resonating level 500, because after that there are very minimal gains in levels for each resonating level. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That is going to be it for this one. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, because we upload daily AFK journey videos with guides and updates to keep you up to date with all the latest information, and also keep you progressing well on your account. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. And until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.